Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to V1 in the Pacific. So, what have we just achieved? Wow, we've actually achieved quite a decent amount of things, actually, which is really quite nice. Hello there, AT Parmentia. How are you doing, my dude? That would be the wrong button. I meant to click on the map, okay. So, yes, we did achieve a great victory at Changsha, which is actually really going to open up China for us right now. And we've actually picked up a remarkable amount of resources and supplies from there. 12,000 tons of resources, 6,325 tons of supplies, which is really awesome. What's up there, Passionate Heart? How you doing? And Angelo. Angelo? Angelo. How are you doing, my dudes? Okay, so what we need to take a look at then is the actual resource supply demand. So you can see here, supplies required is 2,000. Well, that's 2,000 each day. We'll have to check on that. I don't believe it is 2,000 each day. But we'll see. It might be 2,000 each month. We'll have to check on that one. That's going to be one to do, taking close observation at. Okay. Table of equipment. Right, so this division has been damaged quite clearly. You can see here that the full table of equipment for this division will be 324 squads of IGA infantry, engineers, of course. We've lost a few engineers. The HMGs, so the heavy machine guns, are actually quite remarkably fine. The AT guns are good, howitzers are good, infantry guns are good. Yeah, losses to the cavalry, and losses to our supports. So, this division does need to recover. That's a definite thing here. We could have them on rest / training, which might be a possibility. Was that the Haruna fleet that demolished those convoys? It was indeed the force led by the battleship Haruna. Now, we are seeing that these cargo ships are trying to escape down the Makassar Strait. Now, our amphibious invasions aren't too far away now. If we take a look there, Endurance could probably breach it. But what we're going to do then is, well, we have a few more opportunities here for absolute devastation to the Allied forces in the area. So what we're going to do then is we're going to head, let's see. Right, so they're moving east. What we're going to do then is we're going to basically move this way. I'm then going to use a waypoint. So the first waypoint, well, the first waypoint will be here. The second waypoint will be here. I want them to basically go in a funny way. So down here, then here. And then I want them to travel down the coast. Basically what I want to do is try and catch anything I can. That would be the idea here. Let's see, there, what sort of, right, normal, okay, direct. Okay. That's what I want. I want them to follow that directly. And we have the amphibious invasion force over here, which is returning to the base over here, to the port over here, so that they can recover. Now, our carriers are actually doing fine work. We do have the Nagata, Mutsu, Fuso, Isi, and Hyuga, which are really quite powerful ships. We also do need to replenish the fleet here, their fuel supply. So what we might have to do then is possibly see if we have some tankers over here to potentially... well, we do have an oiler, which is actually quite nice. So, let's grab the oiler. Okay, fine ship here. Hello there, Blinson. How you doing? And hello there, Cursor. Right. So we're going to take the oiler Iro. So, replenishment. There we go. I'm going to start to fill her with fuel. Basically, we're going to have her ready to refuel Bushido. We have Haruna over here. No, this is Congo, so Congo is here. Congo was obviously on full speed. We do have Haruna over here, actually. So Haruna is wanting to retire. So I'm going to have remain on station. We might decide to move her elsewhere. It depends, really. Remain on station. Now. how long is it going to take these forces? They're moving extremely slowly. I mean, it doesn't help that they keep moving from move to combat, which is slowing them down, of course. We could use the force over here. So let's see, what do we have? Right. So we do have the invasion over here. Right, no fuel. Okay, what we're going to have to do then is... We'll use the Haruna then. Let's see. Follow task force. I want you to follow that task force over here. There we go. That's a good use of them. That will be a good use of the Haruna. So basically the Haruna can protect that invasion force. So we'll land our forces over here. The good news is then we could use these forces to branch out and try to take these Dutch bases. Hey SDRG, just saying, do you like Warhammer 40k and Aurora FedEx? I do indeed. Are you going to tell me there's like a combination of both of them? Because that would be quite nice. Let's see. So we have our submarines over here, which are going to do a really fine job of controlling this area around Singapore. Right. Our forces have actually made contact with the enemy over here. They haven't engaged as of yet. So we do have the 21st Regiment and the 56th Regiment in contact with British forces, at least the Allied forces. We don't have any information over them right now. Now, we do have forces moving into the area, so what I'm going to do then is basically wait for them to make it here. So what we could do then is we'll set them to combat. Fatigue is quite high, obviously because of all the travelling. We could have them set to bombardment, which is probably the best way to do things. So we'll have them sent to bombardment. We did capture a low star, but we did rout the British forces there. How are they faring? Fatigue 29, 30. Destruction isn't too bad, but the fatigue is up there. So what should we do? Okay, they have a long road ahead of them. Okay, the 42nd Infantry Regiment over that way. RTA Division. Right. I do need to lock down the Straits of Malacca. If I can lock this down, that's going to be superb. Indeed, just watch out for rebels. Okay. Georgetown would be very excellent base control. Let's see, do we have a garrison requirement over here? We don't, as far as I can tell, we don't actually have a garrison requirement. So what we're going to do then is we're going to move these troops on. I think we need to keep moving. Because, in all honesty, speed is quite of the essence. We do need to move. We need to move extremely quickly. We need to take Singapore. Hong Kong is going to fall within the turn. Once this turn is over, Hong Kong will have fallen, which is going to be fantastic. I have a custom scenario for Aurora, which might be fun, and Hell and Heal at the same time. Can add to it, and Hell at the same time, and you... Okay. Sorry, I'm probably reading that one wrong. That sounds pretty interesting. If you message me via YouTube, that'd say something I could take a look at. I would like to get back into Aurora FedEx. I've been waiting for a while for the actual update, but it is quite a long time away, apparently. Okay, so we're going to set all of the other units here to follow. There we go. Okay. Right, so if our order set for over here, we do need to engage and destroy these forces. Ideally rout them. We do have a remarkably large amount of destroyers over here. Autocorrect. Right, then now that makes a lot more sense. Hell at the same time. Okay. That does make a lot more sense now. Right, these are pretty decent destroyers too. Yeah, we've really pushed for victory at Hong Kong. There's barely anything left. To be honest, I'm surprised that we didn't take it in this phase. Like, there's just absolutely nothing. We have pushed the 38th Division to the absolute brink here. The destruction is massive. But in all honesty, it will be worth it to secure Hong Kong. We can then rest those troops, recuperate, and then we can move on. But with Hong Kong secured, that is a vital port in the area, which we can then start to repair and bring up to scratch and really bring into service. Okay, that will definitely be lovely. Now, we do have these destroyers. What to do with these destroyers? I think probably the best answer would be to have them just escort this force, because at the end of the day, these are quite valuable ships, so let's put them into here then. And speaking of that, I did have a comment. Let's see, let's bring this up. So this was from a Kyle Divan. I think you may want to organise your merchant convoys into one large convoy for each route. For example, all ships going to Port Arthur will be in one convoy, while all those going to Hong Kong will be in a different convoy. This way you would have an adequate number of escorts every time the convoy was attacked. Additionally, it would make your ships harder to find, since the vast majority of your sea lanes would be empty most of the time, making it harder for the enemy to find targets. Which, in all honesty, is really sound logic. I do find that to be quite sound. It is a good point. It would be far easier, I suppose, to secure one large convoy than multiple convoys with very little ships. We do have a good amount of destroyers over here, so I do find that to be quite good logic, in all honesty. Like, I would like to sort of keep them separate by classes, just so we can keep an idea of what we're dealing with, but it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Quite good logic. Mines, and it's probably not empty. Oh, Singapore, yeah. Singapore is a absolute fortress. Singapore only fell due to the fact it was attacked by land. It wasn't really made for that. And of course the mines. By the way, how do I message you? I would guess go into the channel, click about or something like that. You know, I've never really done it, so I can't give you much in the way of information. Sync some CVs. I'd very much like to do that. Okay. Wouldn't large convoys require nothing but the largest bases? Sounds like a lot of tonnage. Very, very true. Very true. I mean, this is it. There's quite a lot of logic to both sides, in all honesty. In fairness, let's see. I'm trying to find the name. Right, let's see. What's up there, Snake? How you doing, my dude? Okay. I mean, it's a size 7 port. We could see how it handles the amount of traffic. But in all honesty, we could have them travel in one large convoy to this area over here, and then we could split them up into separate forces, which is quite doable. The fact is, I'm going to be keeping an eye on these convoys anyway, so I think that's fine. I think we'll go with that idea. It makes it quite easy to actually keep everything together. So I'm going to form them all into just a large and in charge convoy. Okay, we're also going to put some destroyers in here, so we'll have... we could have 4 destroyers here. That leaves us with a bunch of other destroyers that we could use elsewhere, in all honesty, so that's pretty decent. There we go. Why would you be unloading? Load resources. Okay, so there's plenty more resources that can be loaded up here. Now, what these destroyers can do is they can be sent to Port Arthur right now, actually. What we'll do is we'll set them on a ASW mission while they're on the way. Seems I actually can't do that, so I assume just an escort mission probably might suffice. Right, remain on station. There we go. Okay, they do have some ASW capacity, so that's fine. It might be the fact that the light cruiser does not have that capacity, potentially. But there we go. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, plenty of them over here. Yeah, we will form them into one large convoy. What's the best class of Japanese ASW, DDs, or escorts? Level 7 port can handle 104,000 tons docked at once. We'll take a look at the size of the actual convoy over here. I'm not saying it's a perfect method, but it's actually one that is quite interesting, and obviously we can make do with it. So the tonnage... Okay, so that's 187,000 tons. So it's more than what the port can handle, but that's fine. We can always just like take some of the convoy away once we get closer. I do find it to be an interesting method. I'm quite interested to see how it works. I think what we'll do then is we'll give this method a try. If it doesn't work, we can try something else. Historically speaking, large convoys that were adequately defended are an effective ASW measure in World War I and World War II with wolf packs. This wasn't the case as much until active sub-hunting became possible. Yeah, very true. Okay. We are trying to patrol these sea lanes as much as possible, in all honesty. It's a very difficult task. Okay. I mean, another point to be made about the different differentiation of the classes of cargo ships is the fact of obviously the speed. But I'm kind of prioritizing the actual safety of the convoy at the moment. We do have an adequate amount of, well, I suppose an adequate amount of actual... Right, there we go, that's apparently full. Yep, can't handle anymore. We do have an adequate amount of resources for the moment in Japan. So what we're going to do here is really trying to make sure that these convoy ships actually make it through to Japan for the time being. One of those ships seems very damaged. Yeah, there seems to be one of them that was quite damaged, actually. Let's take a look. Oh, yes, this definitely requires some refit. Well, some attention, we'll put it that way. Good spot there. Okay. So ship's under repair. Okay, so 31 days until she's ready. That's fine. I don't really need to rush with her. It's only a cargo ship. I can't message you from my tablet. Oh, that's a shame. If you try to... I'd say either try and join the Discord channel and post there, or I do have a Steam community page I don't really use as much, but it is there, so that if people want to get in contact, it can be used for that sort of purpose. Okay, so we're going to let them load up. We have the other convoys loading up, that's fine. Right, these need to start loading. And there we go. Loading resources. You need to head here. Okay. Loading has been completed, apparently. Okay. So what we'll do then is we'll put the two destroyers in there to keep them safe. So we need to take these resources to Owaki. Which is... trying to remember where it is actually. There we go. On the coast there. Right, we'll have them sent. Let's see. Task force routing. Okay, so the first task will be to head over here. Full refuel. Return same route. That'd be nice. Can I set how long they actually wait there? It doesn't give me that option. But we'll have that. Okay. Load resources. Okay. Wait, I don't think that's the correct location. Port Arthur to this naval base. I think they can just head over here, which would be a easy one to do. So yeah, once they get there, then they can start to unload resources, which is going to be excellent. We'll get a few thousand tons, well, a couple tens of thousands of tons of resources flowing into Japan. Okay, so we're having a field day over in this direction. We're going to keep heading towards the Philippines. It's going to be interesting to see whether they actually... Right, okay, that might be an issue. Full speed. Whoops. Mission speed, there we go. Was that really our mission speed? What is slowing us down here? I mean, I can understand the speed of the battleships, but that's actually quite low. That's very, very low, actually. Ah, fair enough, fair enough. Okay. Congo. You need to hunt them down. Replenish at sea. We're also doing this to test the defences around the Dutch East Indies, in all honesty. I have good faith that the Congo task force can survive air attacks. I might end up eating those words, but I feel fairly confident. Okay, now these forces need to move on. Hosho is so slow. Definitely. Okay, SLNF. Right, you need to march on. Set all to the same objective. Set all to march the same objective. What's your name on Steam? It is XTRG. There we go, superb. It's going to take them some time to get there. I'm not going to lie about that one, but once they reach that destination, that's going to be good. These troops are on their way. These troops are going to have something of an issue here, to be honest. We need to understand what we're dealing with, so what we could do then is we could go with Bombardment just to understand what we might be potentially facing, really. We are securing a good deal of the Philippines at the moment. We do have the North Island. We have a good chunk of Luzon so far. Is this the part where we kill Allied convoys? Pretty much around this area. We have killed a few already, in all honesty. Okay. So, back to China. Orders have been set down here. Now China. We've had a few great victories here. This over here is going to be somewhat difficult. We do need to be quite tactful about this. So I'm going to go for Bombardment here. We need to use our planes, our bombers, to really grind them into well, submission in that area. So I'm going to select our target as over here. There we go. All caps. Yeah. Pretty much. Okay, ground. Ground pound. That's a large amount of forces, actually. Surface raiding is so effective if the Allies let you get away with it. Pretty much. I mean, they have been quite irresponsible in sending all those troops away. Well, all those ships away. Okay. We can use the actual planes at Kaifeng to help defend Kaifeng. Kaifeng will be fine, of course. We'll hit this province right here. Okay, the troops in Kaifeng, have them on bombardment. I suppose we'll have some forces on defend just in case. Then again, no, bombardment will be fine. There's only 11,000 troops. How many troops do we have here? Not a huge amount, so I don't want to go for a deliberate attack as yet. Okay, deliberate attacks over here will be fine, though. We should be able to force the Chinese back. The main thing here is trying to clear this rail line to make it usable. I'm really quite happy to say that we have captured Changsha. These forces aren't too disrupted either, which is good. I mean, this division, the 35th Division, is quite disrupted, so I'm going to put them on rest. The 5th Armoured is pretty up to it. Right, so we'll put them on rest and training. These forces here can be on rest and training, I suppose, for the time being. Obviously, they need to repair this. We do actually have a good amount of industry here that we do need repaired, which will be really quite formidable in the future. You can see here, light industry, very nice. Heavy industry is universal, whilst light industry I don't believe is universal. I think it's only effective in the area. But at least if we have some light industry over there, that's going to mean more resources, more supplies being generated in the area, which is going to be absolutely phenomenal. I mean, resources are actually produced there, which is great, and just having supplies and resources in the area is fantastic news. Okay, so we have the 37th Division. They can be used quite easily. Let's see. If we were to have them move strategically, could they be moved to this base? They could not be moved there. So 3 days movement, but then again, it's going to take them a lot of time to move to Changsha under their own steam, so this makes a lot of sense anyway. Okay. In fairness, I might move this force... I might march them just to really hold on to the area there. Even this force as well. Yeah, hell, this force too. If we can hold that area, that is a quite vital area to control there. The crossroads of the rail. The intersection of the rail. We need to hold that. Okay, there's a lot of forces over here. Quite a lot of force. The 41st Division could be moved quite easily. We could move a bunch of these forces in all honesty. I think what we'll do then is we'll take the 41st Division... can have that sent to Changsha. The idea, what we're trying to do here then, is really build up forces. Once we have this rail line clean of Chinese, we can then move on to Changsha. Well, Changsha. There's a lot of Chinese forces in this area. Yeah, Hong Kong should fall soon. Thank you, Angela. What's up there, Rez? How are you doing, my dude? It's great to see you. Right. Yeah, Hong Kong will fall shortly, though. It's cost our men severely, but it will be worthwhile in the end. Okay. Moving on to Hawaii. We do have a bunch of submarines. I am still patrolling this area here just in case anything comes from the east heading towards the west. It's interesting to see that we do have a few more ships out here. I'm just going to keep the formation as it is. We could do with checking on the amount of torpedoes in these submarines, of course. Actually, can I see that? Torpedoes, 12 out of 22, 6 out of 16, 10 out of 14, 20 out of 20, 18 out of 18, 14, 18, 18, 20, 18, 18. Okay, fantastic. What we can do then is we can basically rotate them around once their torpedo load becomes quite low. Right, we do have our submarines moving into the area of the Coral Sea. Kiributai is not far away now. Right, I'm going to have you close that range. We need to refuel. Yeah, we'll refuel Kiributai. And then we should be good to go to have the oilers potentially retreat to track, where they could be kept safe more or less, but we'll see. I mean, this is the thing, it's like having them by Kiributai is having them sent towards danger, but then again, having them by Kiributai is the greatest protection that they could actually have. The historical battle of Hong Kong ended on Christmas Day, December 25th. Oh, thank you there, Daniel. Thank you very, very much there. Thank you once more. That really does make a huge difference. Thank you for supporting the channel. Okay. So what I want to do is actually bring something I found up on the tracker. Is that we can actually see commanders are unassigned, which is absolutely fantastic. It's really quite nice, actually. It means that we can actually start to get the commanders in the places where we need them. So, Haisuke Abe. So let's see. Do we change the commander of the division at Hong Kong? Probably not. Hello there, Phil. How you doing? May the Daniel catch something and sinker. Indeed, yeah. Oh, dear. You know, I'm quite happy for anybody who makes a donation that I could, like, rename something. I think what I'll do in the future, then, is actually rename some of the capital ships to Patreon back, because I think that'd be quite a nice reward. I think that's quite nice to have. Something I was thinking about as well is the fact that we do have, obviously, all these forces over here. Happy Christmas, Great Britain, indeed. Right, load troops, let's see. We do have a bunch of artillery. We do have some armour as well, the 22nd Reconnaissance Regiment. We do obviously have SNLF. Ah, indeed. Select units to load in Task Force 97. Task Force is not docked. So let's dock. Cannot dock. Port size. Okay. Well, do we actually have docked in here? Quite a formidable amount of ships. Importantly, an oiler. We do have 2 destroyers here, actually. Decent destroyers at that. That's fine. I think what we'll do then is we'll create a ASW mission around this area. So we actually don't have that right now. Right. I think they're from another task force. Okay. Who's docked? Right, these are docked. These are also docked. I do feel I'm going to use these troops over here to push on either Sumatra or Java. There's always the possibility of Borneo, but the fact that Borneo is about to receive even more troops soon is quite good. I think if we go for the island here, it's like there's a good reason to go for the island here in the South Philippines, but I think if we go for this is going to be quite bold. It's also going to mean that we can try to control the Makassar Strait. If we control that, that's going to allow us to really project power out here. And it's like we need to take Java. If we can take Java earlier, that's going to mean more fuel, more oil. It's going to be good. Importantly, it means we'll have the oil refineries and fuel refineries basically repaired sooner, so we can get the benefit from them sooner, which is going to make a massive difference to the economy in the long run. So it's good to know that we can see the leaders that we need in the future, so that's good. So what we're also going to take a look at is the LCU production. Let's see, chart. Okay. Vehicles. So vehicle production is increasing, which is fantastic. So you can see vehicle points, cumulative, units, cumulative, right, number of units. So the number of units is starting to increase slowly but surely, which is fantastic. Let's see, armaments. Armaments is, it's fine. Obviously, we've turned off a lot, if not all of the armaments production. We don't need too much of it. So that's good to see. We are actually increasing the amount of vehicles being produced, which is superb. Let's see, air production. The A6720 platform. Yeah, production continues to rise, which is really good news. The engine HA35 is the one I'm really quite interested in. Is it the Nakajima? Yeah, the Nakajima HA35. Production is slowly increasing. Okay. Let's see. Minefields. So we are maintaining a few more of these minefields now. It would be nice to maintain them all, which we can set up in the future. It's a little bit tedious at the moment. I think that'll be something I'll do off cam. Right, so we've issued orders in Malaya, we've issued orders in China. Well, we have these orders over here. The 13th Division, I do believe, could really carry this out. They do have to unpack, but that's fine. Defend, okay. Right, at Hankow. We don't actually have that much in the way of force. So we could do a reinforce in Hankow. Over here we do have the 3rd, 40th and 6th Division. That's a hell of a lot of force. Oh, that's almost enough to hold this alone. Okay. I think what we'll do then is we'll break up the 40th Division. So divide the 40th... Yeah, that's good. So we could leave the 40th A and take B and C along with 3rd and 6th Division, and then that will be enough along with the 18th to hold on to this location. So let's take a look then. So we could strategically move here. Well, we couldn't strategically move here because we need to move to a base. So we're going to have to march down here. I don't think I'd have enough riverine transport to transport these troops, and to be honest, it's probably easier just to march them rather than using all that fuel for that purpose. Right, so A is going to stay here, B is going to move out. So we're going to set their objectives to Changsha, which is a pivotal objective here. Okay, operations mode. Set all to head over here. Changsha. Set all to march to this objective. Besides you, you stay here. And the mixed brigade stays here too. Fantastic. So we're going to have two divisions and if 2/3 of a division. So 2 3/4 a division roughly. 2 2/3 of 3 divisions. Almost 3 divisions worth. We'll just say 2.5 divisions worth. We'll be heading to Changsha, which could be enough. I think once Changsha falls, that's going to allow the capture of these bases here, which is really going to just... What we need to do is just push the Chinese beyond these rivers. Just push them back. Okay. The idea here really is push on the Dutch East Indies sooner than later, and then we can start to push on to India. I'd love to secure Burma. Basically just Rangoon would be the most vital, and then Ceylon. Taking Ceylon would be a really nice, really, really nice base. Post the details and discussion on the community page on Steam. Ah, thank you there, dude. Like that, they'll bypass the unit to the west. Which one would that be, my friend? Oh. Okay, what we could do then is we could have a division. We could have the... yeah, we'll actually use the forces from the 40th and have them sent to deal with that. Then at least they're going to be useful, even if we actually bypass. Or actually, we're going to bypass it at all. Yeah, it looks as though they actually were going to bypass. That's fine then. So we'll have those forces sent. That should be more than enough to deal with them, or at least occupy them, so that's fine. Right, we need to deal with these Chinese forces here. I'm going to have the... I mean, the 116th Division is a bit overkill, but we need to have them sent there just to destroy it, really. Okay. Yeah. Taking that base would be quite nice too. Basically, this one, this one, this one, and just the entire stretch of this rail line would be superb. Wuchao could be quite interesting. I wonder if we could actually use riverine transport to reach that area. That could be quite possible. Let's see where most of the Chinese industry is. Okay, they got a decent amount of industry in this area. A lot of resources there. Yeah, so this is where most of the heavy industry is. That's good to know. Lots of heavy industry over here. Yeah. Okay, so lots of heavy industry in this area over here. That's good to know. I'm still going to mop and listen, so not watching much, but what do you think of Port Moresby and Rabaul? For Port Moresby and Rabaul, honestly... there will be a time. We might find forces. What I'm thinking is using forces from Japan itself, or basically, if we push into the Dutch East Indies, push into China more so to begin with, we'll try to free up some troops by taking some objectives, and then I think with some troops freed up, we could start to push into the Coral Sea. But what I'm doing here is I'm going to send Kidabutai in there to hunt down Lexington, and I think once we take down Lexington, there's not going to be that much of a threat for some time. In before there's 1 million troops waiting near Nanning. This is it. But then again, if they have 1 million troops, it's fine. I mean, there's 31,000 troops. That's a lot of troops. Now, it's a difficult thing, so I move these troops along here, and it's like, we do need to reinforce them. So what we could do, potentially, is take the easier path and potentially just go for this base down here. Which is a shame, considering these troops have marched all this way, but I think we'll do that one instead. Asking hard questions, maybe the Philippine force. We could use the forces from the Philippines. We don't really need to leave much in that way. Ideally, we just use the fleets to safeguard the Philippines. That would be the main objective. Okay. We do have a few submarines out here. I could do with having them actually put to use. So I think what we'll do then is we'll put these submarines into one task group, task force for the moment, and then we'll have that sent out to... Well, really, if I have it sent out to here, we could then use it to move down and use these submarines to patrol the Dutch East Indies. That'd be quite nice. I mean, there's quite a lot of submarines there. I'm... main on station. I do worry about them getting caught up, but I think as a group they should be okay. Right. After Lexington is sunk, bomb San Francisco. That would be nice. That'd be really quite nice. Right. Taiwan invasion force. Oh, we have some submarines over here. Right, they're fully replenished. What we're going to do then is we're going to have them sent out. So I'll set task force patrol zone. We're going to try to patrol this area around here. So increase the amount of patrols around Sydney would be a good start. Yes, great endurance on there. If you control the seas, American Marines can't land if the transports are sunk. Very, very true. Secure the outlying islands and main ports they could use should be safe. Very true. Very true. We'll have this submarine, due to its extended range, they could patrol around Melbourne, at least the Bass Strait. Right. Now, this submarine, due to its shorter range, what we're going to do then is have it just basically patrol. She can patrol the Bismarck Sea. I think that might be a good idea. Basically, we can keep an eye on what's in that area and ideally intercept it if there's anything too dangerous coming our way. At least we'll have prior knowledge, which is always a good thing to have. We do have forces heading to Wait to increase the amount of bombardment there. We have the Guam Covenant Force. Okay, bombardment once more. Lovely. Keep up the bombardment at Wake. Try to devastate their forces there. Okay. We do have Imperial Guard Division somewhere. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of forces over here. 91st Guard. Okay. What we're going to do is going to have these forces move strategically to Saigon. Right, can't move there. How about... Okay, that obviously does make sense. How about... we have them move to the base over here. If I could capture Victoria Point, that'd be a great point to move from. We do have the 3rd RTA Division. There's a lot of force that's in Gorda. Right. I do need the Imperial Guard Division to move. Let's see. So they're over here at Singapore. So have them sent to Cotabaro. Need that artillery to move along with them to break Singapore. And then what we'll do once Singapore has fallen is we're going to really try to use the Imperial Division, the Imperial Guard Division, to move on Burma. That's going to require complete control of the Makassar Strait, the Strait of Malacca, basically control of this area. We need to be able to move transports towards India. Okay, I'm going to have to move some engineers up over this way too. I need to make Victoria Point usable. Okay. The 114th Regiment is actually quite sizable, so we're going to have that sent to that area too. Once we can start to get some convoys moving on this side, that would be really good. I mean, having control of Port Blair would be a nice one as well. I need to move on Rangoon. I mean, Rangoon's going to have a huge garrison, I'd imagine. But if we could just take control of just anything just to block their movement, we just need to block the Burma Road. So if we can block where it begins, then that's probably the best way to do it. It's going to take us a hell of a long time to move into China itself to do that. Okay, so I've done a lot of waffling. Okay. take a look at the weather. Clear skies. That should be okay. Right, lovely. So there's not too much going on at the moment. A lot of it is just getting things moving. And we've issued the orders that we need for the time being. So let's see how this turns out. Ideally, we find a carrier. That'd be nice. Well, I mean, it'd be nice to find a carrier, but I mean, it'd be much nicer to be able to destroy said carrier. I'm quite glad that they're no longer operating in the Philippines. Well, sorry, in the Marshall Islands. Lexington really could have done a number on us over there. That'd really slow down the expansion in that area. So how is everybody today then? How are you guys all doing? I do need to keep being on the offensive in China. I can't allow the Chinese to doomstack me. If they're allowed time, they will put enough force together to be able to overwhelm individual bases. So we do need to be mindful of that. Okay, you're going to high school play. That sounds really awesome, Florida. Speed that up a little bit. Right, here we go. You hit your finger with a hammer there, Snake. That doesn't sound good. Oh, hello, what do we have here? Allied Naval Forces surprise. Yeah, I can't blame them. I mean... What would you guys be like if you saw this happening? I mean, you've really no chance. Not at all. Yeah, these are doomed. Is this a troop ship? It does look like a troop ship. So we're going to go ahead and just assume the inevitable destruction of this task force. Yeah. She has survived, but I'm going to assume she's going to be sank too. I can't imagine her getting out of that. Yeah, these seem to be actually troop transports, I do believe. Well, that's a good way to start. Superb. That is a shame. I mean, it's getting quite vicious now. She's gonna go down. Yeah, so what have we seen there? Potentially 2 allied submarines in that area. That's bold, a night attack. It also looks like the Haruna caught up with that force. Hello! Very, very nice. That's what I like to see. She didn't sink, but she's going to be screwed. Okay, here we go. Night bombardment. Apparently no results. That's interesting. It might be a lack of ammunition, potentially. Yeah, I'd say it's a lack of ammunition for the range set. So what we'll do then is we could have the Guam cover force take over from that force at Wake. Have the force at Wake rearmed. Oh. Okay. Obviously a miss there. I wouldn't really assume they'd have any luck against a destroyer. Okay, survive that attack. That'd have been very nice to hit the Vigilant. Nice. Another kill. Yeah, this is great news. I mean, the fact that they're either trying to get ships out of Pearl Harbor or trying to get ships into Pearl Harbor is just really easy pickings for me at the moment. Yes, as well, carrying troops and equipment, superb. And she goes down. That's what I like to see. There we go. The others have caught up with Kidabutai, so we can at least refuel in the following phase, and then decide whether we want to retire the replenishment force to safer grounds. Okay, so Congo's over here. Seems like the transports might have escaped us in that area. Okay, they are aware of Kidabutai. Yeah, the Allies are aware of our carriers. There's not a whole lot they can do about it, though. That's what I do like at the moment. That will change in the future, though, if we aren't able to persecute a good war. Or at least an effective war. Some good casualties inflicted. That's what I like to see. Okay, this I can't wait for. I cannot wait for the fall of Hong Kong. Still believe that to be brave. Yeah, 2 Hudsons destroyed. I mean, honestly, worse to my advantage that they're trying to hit me there. I came off worse in that engagement. I can't wait for the push towards Singapore. Right, what do we have over here then? Very nice. That's a hit. And again. And she's taken down. These pilots are going to gain so much experience, it's amazing. Oh, we had no luck there. I suppose only one Cape was ready. I suppose there's that many targets of opportunity around here. Oh, we do have a tanker. Very nice. That's actually quite a severe blow. Tankers are quite precious to the Allies. She's not directly sunk, but I imagine she will be in time if she can't make it to port. I think the thing what I want to do mostly is make the best use of the surface ships that we have available to us right now. That being the large capital ships. Is she going to be hit again? Oh no, she gets away with actually no further damage, but she's still going to go down. She's on fire, she's quite heavily damaged. She's basically crippled at this point. Yeah, I'm half tempted to split away some of the battleships and create a surface task force to hunt down these convoys while they're nearby. Well, then again, I do always need to protect my carriers, so the carriers do take precedent. A notable lack of allied forces, at least allied naval forces. Still hoping for a sighting of Lexington. Yeah, even if the tanker makes it to port, her fuel storage has to be on fire. Yeah, can you imagine the bang then? Hmm. Not a bad result. Ah, here we go again. Lovely. Oh, that's a shame. It's just too many targets, isn't there? Just too many targets. There we go, a hit. Yeah, she's very heavily damaged. She gets away again. I imagine it might be the heavy fires with that smoke obscuring her. Like, we can find her, but we can't quite hit her due to those smoke. Well, that smoke. Which is a shame. If we were using torpedoes, I don't think we'd have that issue. That was very lucky. Okay. Not a bad result then, I suppose. Right, this is what I want to see. Good, the Imperial Guard Division's in place. Okay. Yeah, we should be able to crush this 29th Chinese Corps. Yeah, they've retreated. Let's see, how many... So 52 casualties system. Okay, that's quite impressive. I'm not even gonna... I'm not boasting about that, but I mean, come on. So we had 4 squads disabled, not even destroyed. They had 102 squads destroyed, 2,169 casualties. They lost guns. Yeah, that's a huge... And they lost a lot of their support there as well. That's a huge loss there. Right, here we go. Hong Kong shall fall at long last. There's no way they can withstand this assault now. One last assault to take Hong Kong. A few days earlier than, well, anticipated, which is good news. I feel that Snake. I was an oil field mechanic and now I'm a ranch hand. Smash fingers are part of the deal. Ah, dear. Come on. I mean, these forces have been under constant bombardment. I feel quite bad for them. And there we go, the 38th Division attacks, and they're annihilated. The 66 attacks. It's all over for them now. Completely all over. It will be interesting to see if we capture the troops. I mean, they have nowhere to go. Hong Kong Fortress is about to give way. And there we go. Have we still not captured her? There's practically nothing left here. I'm going to assume that we just need another phase and then she will fall. There's just a fortress remaining now to break. Indeed, Banzai. US combat ships are mostly near San Francisco, Seattle and Hawaii. British ships are near India pretty much. Yeah, but you can see here they've lost a further 12 vehicles, a few more guns. They've had a lot of air forces just taken out here. They're not going to make it. Right, Kaifeng is... definitely something we need to defend. I mean, they are being attacked by much in the way Chinese forces, so I imagine a deliberate attack by the Japanese forces here could break them. I don't want to... yeah, last one strength for the last unit, pretty much. Yeah, I don't want to run the risk of just losing that base. That would really hurt me. This one is definitely going to require more troops. Okay, I need to force them to retreat from the area. Yeah, that did not favour me. Ooh. I might be running the risk there. Huh! Wow, okay, we have nothing to fear here. I can just completely overrun them. Okay. Yep, Allied bombardment, that's good to see. At least they're not attacking me deliberately. Okay, so we've actually gained some strength here, apparently. I do think with the extra bombardment, we should be able to bring weight to its knees. They definitely need reinforcements there. Yeah, that's really hurt my troops. They just need to defend them. I would say it's the terrain and being rather evenly matched in values of, well, assault values. But pretty decent. Once we get the divisions moving again, we should be able to keep on steamrolling them. Well, we've sank a few more cargo ships this time, which has been good. Really forcing them to panic in those areas around the Philippines. We're pushing in Malaya. We found that there's really not much to block our path there. We're advancing in the Philippines. In northern China, we're not doing too badly. Taking a major objective, just need to keep on moving. We sank, or potentially sank some ships off the coast of Hawaii, which is always a good thing. Really dissuade the Americans from sending further forces to Hawaii or away from Hawaii. I mean, every moment we buy there really is a godsend. Okay, let's take a look. There's a submarine over here. That's not good to know. We just need to keep moving. Speed is our defense. Okay, so as far as yet, we can't see any sighting of Lexington, but she did obviously have a head start on us by quite a good deal. Okay. I destroyed over there. Our forces are moving, that's good news. Okay, this invasion is going to go ahead. Haruna, yeah, lacking a little bit of fuel there. Ooh, that's not good. Oh dear. We'll get them there, then take that fuel from them. I wish I'd not done that now. Oh dear. Actually, we can set the amount of refuel. Let's see. Minimal refuel tactical. There we go. Yeah, that makes everybody happy. Superb. Okay, so we have the Imperial Division. They need to get moving. Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure she's going to Sydney as well. Okay. Go to shock attack. Yeah, looks like a lot of those troops actually retreated. They should definitely be able to move over these guys quite easy. 908 troops there. Yeah, we shouldn't have much in the way of issues, in all honesty. Okay. Move into the space at Victoria Point. Right, move them to Bangkok, and then they can move from Bangkok to the base at Tavoy. Ah, really need to push here. Okay. Let's have you head over this way then. Right. I think we're going to set the invasions over here then. Okay. No, I'm just considering, do we go balls to the wall and try and landing at Java? I mean, that's probably too ballsy because it's like we don't have any way to support that if that gets bad. Okay. Need to take these air bases. There's resources over there, but air base over here. Okay. That's quite brave. What we need to do then is have them escort. So, follow task force. 11. Hmm. $112. Yeah, Java's too risky at the moment. Would be nice to go that balls to the wall, but not quite yet. Do we hit the base here? I feel this would be worth more. Then again, that is some decent port capacity. That has some better port capacity. Okay, I'll allow that to go ahead. I mean, that's not too bad at all. I mean, air capacity and port capacity is pretty decent. That's really good. You dares melts his wax wings. Indeed. Yeah. I think we'll go balls to walls soon enough. There will be a time for it. Okay, we still have these forces out here actually. Let's move these fighters. They could potentially provide cover over here should they be able to reach it. Yeah, it's not close enough. Okay. Not particularly safe enough as of yet either. Right, we'll have them rebase over to here for the time being, then we can rebase them across. By the way, since you can control it to a degree, the production of aircraft, engines and ships, what control do you have over land forces production? Well, I mean, I have as much control in, I suppose, as I could turn off all production. I don't believe I have really so much control over land unit production, which is a shame, but oh well. Strategically speaking, attacking Java is sound, but logistics is too weak for that. I mean, the idea would be to use these supplies there at Java, but I mean, that would be relying on a light garrison at Java. We have no idea what we could potentially be facing. Ah, see you later, that 80. Have a nice one, dude. Yeah, that's the thing. We have absolutely no idea what we could potentially be facing there. We don't have any... Oh, fucking hell. We don't have any forces ready for a second wave either, which is what we do need to bear in mind. So we'll go with what's nearby, which will be good. Okay. Not too bad. The Guam cover force is about to arrive. Let's take a look at these DDs and then obviously light cruisers. Yeah, low ammunition. So I think what we'll do then is we'll change the bombardment to a shorter range. Allow escorts to bombard. Bring that down to 16,000 yards. They're going to head over here and bombard too. And we'll have that at 16,000 yards as well. Awesome news. Yeah, Imperial Japanese Army, Imperial Japanese Navy. Right, lovely. So, in all honesty, there's not so much going on right now. Sendai, Waki. So, loading resources here. Right, we do have 2 destroyers and an oiler over here. Midway replenishment. Good amount of fuel there. We'll have them load fuel. Have they already made it to Owaki? I'd be rather surprised if they did. No, they have not. Where is the force I sent to Owaki? Ah, right, they're underway. I believe. I was going to have them sent manually just in case, because it doesn't seem like they should be that slow. Right, there we go. That's what I like to see. Okay, we'll just have this force set to defend. Right, we have a tank regiment here too. Good, that's completely clear of forces. Right, we need to clear this path. Right, have the armor move up there. We'll use air power to break them over here. Okay, loading is complete. Lovely. Right, lay mines. Why are you unloading here? You shouldn't be unloading, you should be loading. Right, loading resources, that's what I want to see. Okay. That does worry me. Okay. Full refuel. I guess we should keep them close. At the end of the day, if they're far apart and there's submarines in the area, we do not want them being picked off. Those are very, very valuable. Other than that, there's not too much. We're going to have our forces meet up with these invasion forces. That's good news. Once this force lands over here, we can have the Haruna sent to aid wherever she will be needed. These forces move in here, that's good news. This regiment is moving into the area. That's good. Right. We'll arrive there in time. Not a terrible amount to do right now. We do have a bunch of G3Es over here, which are quite nice. I mean, they're on training at the moment. Need to find a better use of them. In fairness, I could have them sent to China. We'll transfer them over to here first of all. Actually, we'll go over here to begin with, and then we'll keep moving. Yeah, 2 large squadrons. Then we can really use those in China. Okay. Definitely going to break them soon. We must break them soon. There's only the Hong Kong garrison left. I mean, there's still, well, the Hong Kong Fortress, apparently there's still a good amount of troops there, so it's going to be quite a incredible victory once it is finally concluded. Right, where are they heading? Patane, second wave. Oh, right, so we have our second wave of troops over here. Ooh. I'm going to allow them to be unloaded. I mean, we do have the Imperial Guard Division, however. Yeah, we'll allow that to go ahead. At the end of the day, we can always have them picked up and moved elsewhere. But it's going to be a good amount of supplies going in there too, which is the important thing. Equipment too, which is always good. That's always a good thing to have. Okay. Other than that, not too much right now. We've issued our orders in China. Our forces are moving over here. Right, Fushao. We do have a decent amount of AV value over here. We'll see what we're dealing with before we make any sort of move. We do have some float planes over here. Okay. Righto. Our two destroyers over here making their way up the river. Could they move to Changsha? Right, they can't move that far inland. Okay, have them sent over here to Hankow. Lovely jubbly. Okay, do we have our mines over here as of yet? Right, load these resources. I think I keep accidentally hitting unload. Right, these ACMs. Disband them so they obviously will maintain the minefield. Right. You need to be out here. And definitely you too. Don't know why they're in port. Right, here we go. Cruise mine layer. Mine lane mission. There we go. Head to Shishima. Yeah, I need you to lay mines over here. Actually, a wacky would be nice to have mined, I suppose, but we'll see. In fairness, I could have them sent elsewhere. What is this, potentially? Supposedly a tanker. We'll see. I'll have them sent over here. Right, disband this force. And disband that. Toho, okay. Yeah, okay, Tsushima. I'm going to assume these ships, I really wish my original convoys had not been broken up by these bloody retirement allowed orders. That's really kind of screwed me in a lot of ways, because it's like, I don't know where a lot of those ships should be. It does make it difficult. Right, you're heading in there. Okay, that's fine. Lots of resources there, lots of fuel. Okay. Right, the mine layer tender. We'll disband this force for the time being. Put the other cruiser mine, well, mine laying cruiser in there. Finish from port. Good, good. That's going to be nice. Okay. I'm feeling quite happy. Hong Kong will ideally fall. Ah dear. Right, we go ahead to the next phase. I don't think there's going to be too much here that requires orders. Really, we just need to see a lot of things resolve themselves. Okay, we'll speed this up. Bloody skipjack. Okay, what do we have here? I honestly pray for the day that we actually get a legitimate hit. But at least we are starting to pick up on them more and more now. Hello! Ha! That's amazing. Okay, well that's nice news. Didn't especially expect to catch anything there. So that's always a good night. And she goes down. Terrific. Oh well. I suppose that was a rude awakening for them. That's rather brave. Yeah, we definitely need to disable the B-17s in this area. Hello there, Norbert. How you doing, my dude? Alright, that's a lot more B-17s. That's just quite concerning. They can do some major damage. How many ASW air patrols do you have near problem areas? I mean, I have a... Hello, we have a... what was this? A ammo carrier, I believe. We do have some ASW air missions going on around Taiwan at the moment. The vast majority of my squadrons in Japan, if not all of them, are on training. In fairness, I'd rather have the training. We'll move squadrons around as we can. I just need to get the amount of actual trained pilots up there. I like it when they actually use their guns rather than the torpedoes, which are actually worth a lot more. Ooh, hello. Casualties here too. Superb. And down she goes. Yeah, we're actually destroying a good chunk of men there. Here we go. A much larger much larger bombardment at wake than these poor Americans are used to. This is going to really hurt them. These are heavier guns too. Ideally heavier guns. Oh yes, so here we go. We destroyed a Wildcat on the ground and we damaged another. That's really good news. 85 casualties there. Ooh boy, they took a hit there. Superb. Still not over. Using guns against an ammo ship doesn't seem very safe. I suppose neither does, like, firing a torpedo at it. I mean, it's going to be bad no matter what. It's going to be a big boom boom. Oh dear. Yeah, it just seems like the light cruiser just doesn't have the firepower. Oh, here we go. Right. The crew of the Asago are doing quite well here. I'm happy about that. The fact that they keep picking up on the submarine is really forcing it out of position. Yeah, direct hit on the airfield. Very good hit. By a heavier shell, too. At least I assume a heavier shell. Ah, nice. Very, very nice. 25. Low on ammo. That's quite a lot of ammo. Ooh. There's a lot of submarines in that area. Flying crosses for the whole crew. Indeed. Right, this one is proven to be very problematic. Did I miss the sinking of a Lexington, or is the hunt still on? The hunt is definitely still on. We lost sight of her some time ago. We're just trying to find her in the Coral Sea at the moment. Ah dear, we need to have her rearmed. Ooh, that'd be nice. Yeah, 4 torpedoes, that's quite a lot. Minikaze. There's been a great deal of combat going on over here. Ah, Talbot. Miss. I do wish you could actually tell your submarines what to actually target. That'd be very nice. She's gonna... I do believe that she's heading for Sydney. I've always believed she was heading for Sydney, in all honesty. I can't see her going elsewhere, in all honesty. Okay. And that's what I like to see. Give them then hell? Most definitely. Mm-hmm. I mean, the more squads we disable, the less they can even do. Yeah, it's in Hong Kong Fortress. She took 0 hits. I mean, I suppose she could make a run for India if she tried to refuel at Sydney and then move on to India, but that's a hell of a long journey. I mean, it would be a bold move. I wouldn't be expecting it. Ooh, we lost a Betty. Bloody B-17s. That actually did quite a number on me there. That runway did take some damage. We're gonna have to repair that. No, she took no torpedo hit. She didn't get hit once such, which is a shame. We had a chance, but they just didn't get a hit. If they'd have had a hit, it would have changed everything. It would have been a vastly different game right now. But I'm enjoying this. It's like it's fun trying to hunt her down, trying to anticipate where she could be going. Yeah, supposedly reported hits, but let's wait until we see some oil slicks in the water, please. 5 allied ships nearby. That's interesting. Speed 20 moving west. There is markedly more activity around Pearl Harbor. At least Hawaii. I'm hoping that we can keep those forces tied up in San Fernando. I was quite lucky. That could have gone quite badly. They have a lot of bloody Blenheims. I mean, they lost 2 there, so that was a good result for us. Flight of Valkyrie. I'm including the House of Iron Free music this time. I'm hoping that's not copyrighted. Ah, lovely. That's what I like to see. 2 of them over here. Do you move on to the second? No, but that's still good. Yep, and down she goes. Really quite nice. There we go, units are moving. Okay. Come on. Let's take Hong Kong. I can't keep throwing my troops in there. Shock attack is really starting to crush them more than anything. And the 66th is like completely wiped. They need to rest. They need to rest. The 38th should be able to finish this though. I'm quite surprised that they're just managing to hold on. Come on, 38th. Right, there we go. Just the Iron base force left now. I really hope they can be reduced. I mean, the fortress is gone. There we go. 0-0-0. Hopefully this will be the turn that Hong Kong falls. Come on, show me the money. Needs more high explosive indeed. Still? Really, that's rather surprising. Yeah. Okay, I think we're going to go for a deliberate attack and then... So I'm surprised that Hong Kong hasn't fallen. It might be that we just need a bit of time to recover, but I mean, they are completely wiped. They're taking huge casualties. Yeah, reinforcements over there would be quite welcome. But we're doing well. I mean, obviously the power that we have here is going to really reduce them. Yeah, these forces are going to be wiped out. There we go. There's a good victory at least. That's what I like to see. Heavy casualties inflicted. Importantly, they're losing guns. Few casualties. That's important to see. So, the forces at Wake apparently had no, assault value. It might be the fact that they're running out of supplies, or they're just really fatigued. We lost a vehicle there. Okay, it looks like they've been reinforced. Yeah, there's quite a few Hong Kong forces with 0 assault value. I'm surprised that Hong Kong just hasn't fallen as of yet. I expected her to fall 2 days ago, really, but I suppose she's been quite stubborn. We might be able to catch her on the 20th. I think it might be due to our forces just being completely fatigued. So we'll see what we can do. I mean, Hong Kong has all but fallen. I mean, it's been reduced so much now. Okay, let's take a look. I mean, there's still a lot of men there. Yeah, destruction's really high. I think we'll just go for a deliberate attack. This 66 just needs to rest. Maybe just bombardment, perhaps. Then again, okay, we'll just send them in for a direct attack. I mean, let's take a look at the table equipment. Yeah, not too badly, actually. We've taken a lot of losses in different things, but... Okay, deliberate attack. I believe she'll fall eventually. It may be just luck holding her out at the moment. Given enough persuasion, she will fall. There's a lot of light industry, there's a lot of heavy industry, repair shipyards, really quite valuable. Really, really quite valuable. I mean, to be fair, we could use these forces over here to really increase the amount of ground poundage. I mean... Interesting to see there's no ground attack. Potentially, bull rolls. Yeah, I mean, those are very high disruption values, but in all honesty, if we capture Hong Kong a few days earlier, I think it's going to be worthwhile. I suppose we could go for a city attack. I don't think it'd be worth too much, though. I could try to transfer them out into the Pacific, actually. Let's have them move to Bataan. There we go. Then we can start to move them even further. Okay. What will you do with the units attacking Hong Kong after you've won there? Yeah, they're going to be set to just basically rest and training for a long time. They need to recover completely. But that will be fine. I mean, once Hong Kong's fallen, I've honestly expected her to fall a few days earlier. But she's been quite stubborn, honestly. Now, we had some good results off here. I didn't exactly expect that. Oh, right. Here we go. Found a nice large convoy here. Okay. Keep moving, yep. More submarines moving into the area. We do have more submarines over here. Let's take a look at this area. thought they would have been closer. They are quite slow after all. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Okay. Damn rest, we need rubber and oil. Indeed. What do we have going on over here? Tanker supposedly destroyers. Off the coast, we do have what was potentially a destroyer or two and a cargo. Okay, how about you actually move to the location? There we go. They're about to land in the second wave. That's good. Right, these forces can now move up. Yep, there we go. Lovely. So, we do have the 1st Tank Regiment, which needs to move out, which it is. Imperial Guards, they're still unpacking, but they'll move out soon enough. Okay. Yeah, nearly halfway. Just shy of halfway. Okay, we do have the 14th Tank Regiment here. I do have this Cavalry Regiment, which, in fairness, I'm going to send instead of that Infantry Regiment to Convoy. Mostly, if I can take it with the Cavalry, which are going to require ideally less supplies, because obviously there's a lower amount of men. I think that'd be worthwhile. These forces are moving to the south, that'd be good. Okay, still holding those invasion forces in reserve for the time being until we can decide where else they need to go. After taking the Pacific, we need to land in Panama and steamroll Mexico and Texas. That'd be hilarious. Oh dear. I mean, there's Panama over here. That'd be hilarious. I'd imagine they're well guarded. It'd be bloody hard to get all the way there as well. Take a long time. I mean, the Aleutian Isles would be nice. Okay. Need reinforcements over here. Let's move this force down here to Kaifeng. And this force to... The larger force is obviously larger than both of those, so they can just remain here. Obviously until their supplies run out. Okay. Yeah, 35th is almost ready. Need to clear this. So we have 13th Division. Okay. Right. What we're going to do then is we're going to move these forces over here. Right, march to Xinjiang. Once there, you can then move to the south. Well, south-ish. Southwest-ish. No, sorry. Southeast-ish. Got a little bit confused there. We need to clear this rail line so that we can move these divisions down south. I suppose it's a little bit obvious because obviously the way the map's laid out. Obviously on an angle. Okay. We have this division over here actually. What are they doing out here? Okay, they can stay in that position. 22nd Division over here, actually. That's a lot of resources. There we go. Right, lovely, they're on the way now. They'll be there next turn, so that'll be a few more resources in Japan proper. So this is nice, we're actually getting quite a decent amount of resources into Japan. Which is a nice thing. Okay, let's just combine these forces then, shall we? Yeah, I mean, if we take a look here, so... let's just save that one for the sake of it. Yeah, gun value. You can see that they have significantly higher value than these light cruisers. You can see why those are the guys doing the bombardment. Well, the damage in the bombardment. There we go. If we had battleships out here, you can imagine the damage they could do. Okay. Actually, yeah, let's see. Meet Bushido. I need those seaplane carriers in there. Okay, so that's going to go ahead. Not too far. Okay. I still might yet cancel that, to be fair, and just like actually have some troops sent amphibiously. That could even be a better move. That's a lot of troops over there. Okay. Yeah. The heavy cruisers are exceptionally good at that. Obviously, battleships would be even better. If we take a look, for example, that's not too good. Yeah, 535. Need to get some fuel out here. Yeah, it would be nice to have a few Iowas, definitely. Or some Yamatos, that'd be nice. I mean, Yamato isn't too far away. Should be here next year. Okay, so deliberate orders down here. This needs to be reinforced. Our forces need to push these guys away. If I start marching these divisions, it's going to take them a fucking long time. Though, then again, what we could do is push with these divisions to this base over here at Luoyang. Which, in all honesty, could be a good idea. It would then, I suppose, cut these forces off from supply. I guess what we'll do then is we'll use the 110th Division for this. So the 110th is going to be sent to take Luoyang. What do we have here? 26,000 troops. So what we'll do then is we'll send armor. Armor and engineers. This is going to take some time to clear to the south, so I suppose this is a good idea. At least then we're going to be taking more away from the Chinese. So it's a good thing. And there's some light industry there, some manpower. The fact is, it's gonna basically cut these forces off, which is a good thing. Very, very good thing. And these forces over here are quite brave. Right, cavalry. Ugh, God, can you imagine trying to march on to take Kashgar? Take the piss. Okay. Other than that, there's really not too much going on. So we can just end the turn yet again. Obviously, more experienced players, or players who aren't having to be entertained, could spend as long as they please on obviously these turns and really look at the industrial values and see what's going on. It's like I do have a general idea of what's going on, but I'm not being too nitpicky at the moment. I will be when I need to be, but for the most part, don't need to be too picky. Okay, let's speed this up. Let's see if we can find something interesting. What if the Loyang forces and melee distraction keep you from getting your Indonesia to Japan overland routes? To be fair, if we push against Loyang and Loyang, they're not going to have a base in that area, which is a significant deal. That means they're going to start to run out of supplies, and in all honesty, I could just use bombers to just completely destroy them over time. By the time you get there, the Germans will be crushing the Urals. Very true. Ah, it's a shame. She's going down. Yeah, she went down. Bloody submarines. Right, here we go. See what damage we can do to the Wake Garrison. I'm so very happy that we use these forces from Guam. Like, this is a supreme amount of firepower in this area. Good amount of ships, too. Yeah, look at that. I mean, casualties are starting to mount up here. I mean, the fact that we're hitting the runway, the supply base, that's really going to hurt them. Maybe we could start to push with the forces on the island. I'd still like to reinforce them, but we'll see what happens. Ah, the Vincent. Very good news. Good, good. Only 2 shell hits, fair enough. Still damage. Still damage. We seem to lose on average a transport vessel each turn. Potentially 2 to 3. I did have that escort I needed to re-up. Oh, hello! Ah, you missed. Ah, now you hit. That's very good. That does indeed look like a passenger ship, potentially. And indeed it is. This is very good news. I'm quite happy that we sent these submarines out here and spread. It's actually working quite well for us. 171. There we go. So she wasn't packed. Ah, another. Ah, there we go. Lovely. Easy kills now. Right, we have entered the Coral Sea. Well and truly. Closing in on Sydney. We'll find out if she's there. I would have expected my submarine just off of Sydney to potentially have some idea of her presence. So she might not actually be there, but I'm going to assume that she is. It's like we could go for a port attack and just find out for ourselves. Because if she's in port, then she's damned. She is doomed. There's nothing she could do. Eventually, we would destroy her. There we go. Amphibious Island is going to go ahead at the British force. That's what I like to see. Yeah. I mean, those casualties will stack up. Come on. I'm hoping a final attack at Hong Kong will break her. I do feel like she should have fallen a few days ago, but I think they're just barely holding on. I think it might be the fact that we're trying to shock attack that's really hurt us, especially with the amount of fatigue. I think we've done the damage that we needed to do with shocks. I do think the way forward will be deliberate attacks. If you could have the Axis AI helping you in it, might make sense, helping them pin Soviet troops to the Far East. The thing is, the Japanese just got steamrolled by the Soviets. Okay, my god. I remember losing you when once a time. Aruna. I mean, to be honest, I think I'll use the forces there to bombard the British forces. I mean, that would really help them out significantly. It's interesting to see that they've recognized the threat here. Vietnam-Cambodia route. Ooh, I lost a few planes there. I like how it says the B-17s are damaged, but that really doesn't say too much. You haven't been taking too much troop losses in Hong Kong. Not too much in the way of troop losses. I suppose it would be just too much in the wave fatigue. Hi XCRG, you know you got me to buy this game. I'm really glad that, Alex. Are you using the map mod? It's honestly a really good game. Really, really fun. There's a lot of mods out there, actually, so I'd recommend taking a look at them. Like, I do wish that Warplan Orange was 920 by 1080 compatible, because I'd love to play that. That'd be really awesome, like, using, obviously, World War I era warships, and it'd be a completely different game. I'd love to see the capital battles. I mean, there were border battles. I say border battles, they were basically seeing how far one side could go. But the Soviets did come off quite well. I mean, Zhukov did win a resounding battle. Okay. Yeah, they're really trying here. Good luck to them, to be honest. Okay. I'd recommend downloading the map mod. It's really easy to install and it really makes the game significantly more beautiful. Ah. No explosion. That's a shame. Bloody snapper. It's incredible to see just how much these Allied submarines have spread out. I mean, there must have been more than what we actually did know about, of course. Alright, some actual naval forces here. Oh, that's a shame. So we lost 39. Not too bad, I suppose. Right, I want to see the land phase. Come on. I mean, they've got to fall. There you go, the Hong Kong fortress is subdued. The 102nd Base Force is subdued. The Winnipeg Grenadiers are subdued. Just a Kowloon Brigade. Yeah, that 1DD, it should go home and repair automatically, actually. Right, the 38th attacking. Come on, capture it. Capture Hong Kong. Do this for the Empire. Come on. How? It's the odds are being rounded up. That's what I find interesting. I mean, there's still 3,000 troops here, apparently. Is that just a defense? Yeah. Terrain, morale, experience. Okay. So we can't capture Hong Kong as quickly as I hoped, but it will fall. It's going to fall. I mean, they're taking these heavy casualties. And they can't sustain that. I mean, they're losing vehicles, they're losing guns. Just look at all these squads being destroyed. It's just inevitable that Hong Kong will eventually give out. I'm half tempted. Half tempted. Oh, here we go. This is the Allied Bombardment. Needs more HE, definitely. Alright, I mean, there's still a lot of troops here, apparently. Holy shit. I just think we're just going to have to really break them down. It's going to take a lot longer than we first thought. There's actually quite a few forces over here, actually. I think it's good to actually have the Haruna and the accompanying forces over here to bombard. Yeah, I mean, these are quite valuable forces too, so we will use those ships to bombard them and lay in hell out to the defenders. Right, the 3rd Group Army seems to have been reduced. That's good. I mean, if that 3rd Group Army headquarters is destroyed, that's going to be rather difficult for them. I mean, those forces are cut off from supply, so inevitably they would be destroyed over time. Okay, 20th Chinese Corps. The 2 forces here should be able to handle that. Right, they're finally making an attack at Fuzhou. I'm going to have to use air power to really help out there. Or I could even just use actual ships, to be honest. Bombardment by air, land and sea. Could be quite interesting. Okay. Still no sight of Lexington? I've said that word so many times. These carriers are that important, though. That's the thing to bear in mind. Ah, we've gained a new AMC. Where were the other 2 AMCs, actually, I wonder? Should be able to, indeed. Okay. Right, here's Kitabutai. Of a submarine approaching the area. Right. Where there's transports. There we go. They're now being escorted. Remain on station. And remain on station. Good, good, good. Okay. Lots of forces here. How long is this going to take them? Longer if they're not actually set to march. Okay. Indeed, assumption is the mother of all errors. Okay, we've actually captured Victoria Point, which is lovely. Because that's actually a decent amount of fuel and supply there. Superb. Okay, yeah, we do have a very good control over this area now, which is really nice. Have the cavalry move out over here. We need to invade amphibiously around here. I mean, that's going to be the difficult point, really. I mean, Calcutta, I imagine, is going to be extremely well defended. We'll see. Okay. Very brave to move in this area. Very, very brave. Off the coast. Nothing as of yet. Okay. These forces here. I'd say deliberate attack and they should be able to function. Do functionally well. Okay. Yeah. There's a lot of guns there. Right, moving our way up. How far are they moving? Yeah, they've got a long way to go. That's going to take at least a few days. Over here, supposedly a tanker. Right. I think we'll have them go refuel. At Saipan. I mean, there is that force over there, but I don't want to waste fuel. Okay. Guam Invasion Force over here. Replenish Task Force. We'll have them sent to Tokyo. Okay, the Marshall Islands are secure. She's got to be in Sydney. There's a shitload of light industry there. Okay, so I think this is where we're going to leave off for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very much for watching. And before we finish, as I'm trying to make tradition, is to read out the names of my patrons and praise you guys for supporting me, because you guys really do help make this happen. Really do appreciate it all. It's honestly touching. So, my proud patrons: Frank, Helitis, I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, Craig, Ricky, Matthias, Gregory, Tomislav, Vinny, and Lord Luba. So I believe what we'll do in the next session is I'll name some capital ships after you, give them a nickname, and I think that'll be a nice reward for my patrons. So I will leave the link to my Patreon in the chat if you guys would be so kind as to consider supporting me if you're able to. If you're not able to, that's completely fine, I understand that. If you're able to, and all I'm asking is I do consider it. It really does help me out a significantly large amount. So, thank you. And goodbye for now, guys. Until next time. Have a great day and a great evening, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Good night. And goodbye.